Good afternoon. It is Tuesday the 12th of January 2021. I'm Amanda Fowler. This is the Inspiring Inkin Facebook page. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're here today, could you leave me a message or some hearts? I will check on my trusty iPad. Make sure I'm live. You can see the right thing. You know, all that. Let's see. I don't know. It's coming. It's thinking about it. Yeah, I'm live. Hello, 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 hello. Michelle, Judith, Claire, Amanda. Amanda, I had a very exciting email this afternoon. You can tell everybody if you want, but I wouldn't do that live on air. But hello. Rosie's here, Chris is here. I'm guessing Angela's here as well. Hello, Chris and Angela. Pam's here. Right, so that's all a bit wobbly. Let me see. See if that's a bit straighter. I have a cup of actual tea, not peppermint tea, real tea. It's not often that you see me drinking real tea, but I do, okay, very occasionally. Right. Anne's here and Maureen's here. How is it up north, Anne? Are you chilly? And Susan's here. Margaret's here. Wow. Lots of people in the house. The numbers are raising up. Nice cup of tea. How are we? How has your week been? I know I only saw you on Thursday last, but it kind of feels like a week. Hi Lisa. How has it been? What have you been up to? I have been out. I've been outside. Very scary in the outside. I've said this before because it's so funny. We walk. Brian and I go for a walk every day. So I do go outside, but I mean like to a shop. So our groceries are always delivered, but I had to go to the post office. So normally I take all my parcels and stuff to the sorting office, but I had a pile of post and some international stuff, and it just needed to go to the post office. So I went to the outside with my mask and my hand gel and my wipes and everything. Yeah, it's a very strange world out there. There was hardly anyone out actually, which is a good thing, I guess. But yeah, so I've been out. First time since before Christmas. So that's weeks, isn't it? I don't know what's going to happen when we're actually really allowed out. I don't know. So let's have a look. Let's see who else is here. Anne's here, Lynn's here, Sue's here. I'm guessing Marlene's here. It says James, but I'm guessing it's Marlene. Janet's here, Anita's here, and my mum's here. Hello, Mum. Or Pauline. Hello. Good. So what have you been up to this week? I posted on my blog, and you will have seen probably on Facebook yesterday, I posted all the pictures of the back garden. Finally. You guys have been talking, or I've been talking to you about it since the first lockdown last March, and it's finally done. We've got to get the patio furniture stripped and powder coated because they're all the paint's coming off, and obviously we've got to have the fun of deciding what we're going to grow. We always grow tomatoes and cucumbers in the greenhouse, but pretty much everything else, and climbing French beans, but pretty much everything else is up for grabs. So I don't know, we might grow some weird and wonderful things this year. So that's going to be good. It's going to be good to try all the beds out and everything else. Hi Donna. So obviously I did all of that. We went out for a few long walks on Saturday and Sunday. Didn't do much, to be fair, really. We've both been, last week we were both working long hours, so there was a lot of hanging out as opposed to actually doing stuff. Jane's here as well. Hello Jane. I made bagels, actually. They were much easier than I thought. Well, Kim has been, those of you that don't know, Kim's my daughter, and she is an amazing cook and baker. She tries all sorts of things, and she's been sending me pictures for the last week or so about the different bagels she's been making. So I decided I needed to keep up, so I made some bagels, and they were really easy to make, actually. Really, yeah, as easy as bread. Only you have to boil them, which is super weird to do that with dough, but it works. It works really well. What else? Obviously, I do have some Stampin' Up stuff to tell you about. I'm going to drink my tea a bit first though, because there's quite a long thing to tell you. But what I did want to mention today is we were talking about New Year's resolutions, weren't we, last week? And it's not a New Year's resolution because I don't make them, but one of the things that I am trying to be more mindful of is trying to reduce some of the plastic. So one of the things that I've done over the last year or so is start to, as things wear out or whatever, I start to replace them with things that are natural or that will biodegrade and that kind of stuff. And I thought it would be interesting just to let you know. So I've brought two things up. So this is a nail brush that's made from sustainable beech, and the bristles are made from cactus, which is really cool. And it's a really good nail brush. Yeah, so that is like a good thing that you could try. And then this is one of my favorite things ever. So it's a washing up brush, and these bristles are from the agave plant, which I think is another kind of cactus actually, which is really cool. But this head is removable. So two things that are super cool with that. Firstly, you can buy replacement heads, so then you just slot it in. But also for places where you really want to get into a good scrub and that bit's too long to get in, it's really cool. And then it just slots in. Which way around does it go? That way around. It just slots back in, look. And that's the brand. Actually, it doesn't go that way, it goes the other way. Let's try that. But it's really cool, and these last for ages. But there you go. So two things you can reduce plastic. So if you've got, have you got any hints and tips like that? I would love to know. Anything that you're trying to do. You know, we need to save the planet a bit. So who else is here? Scylla's arrived, Nicola's arrived, and Sally's arrived. Awesome. Right, so Has anyone got any? I'm waiting because you're not. There's not a lot of chatting going on today. You're all just here. Can I ask? Can you share the video as well, please? There's a little share button. Basically, if you share it to your personal page, then other people get to see the crafting and me chatting, obviously, but they get to see the crafting. It just means that I get to reach lots of other people, which I am truly grateful for your recommendation to do that. And just checking that actually the sound and the lighting is all good. Marlene's here. That's good too. Okay, so in the world of Stamping Up, it has been a trying week. Oh dear. I love catalogue launches. But catalogue launches that coincide with Brexit and with a pandemic are perhaps a little more stressful than one would actually really like. So I'm thrilled that so many of you love the new catalogue and you're shopping from the new catalogue. Lots of orders have been coming in and I'm truly grateful for that. That's amazing. We have had a few delays and I think we are going to continue to have delays. And I guess I'm asking for your understanding and your patience. And I know you guys are awesome and I know that you're going to be lovely. But I also know you want your stuff. I want my stuff too. So if I just kind of explain what's happened. So Stamping Up have been working with UPS, which is, and DHL, which are the couriers that they use to ship our parcels. And if you don't know this already, our warehouse for Europe is in Germany. So they've been working with the shipping companies to make sure that all the relevant paperwork is filled in and they've had trial runs and all sorts of things. So as far as the Stamping Up paperwork and the UPS and DHL stuff, it's all good. Obviously over Christmas period we ended up with a Brexit deal. So that was great news because it means that we don't have to pay additional taxes or charges or anything on our parcels. But of course it does mean a change to the customs information coming in and out of Europe. So we thought everything was fine and squared away, but then there has been an update from the EU customs department, I guess. And it's taken from the beginning of the year until yesterday-ish to get that update through where it needs to go. So I'm guessing, because I don't know for sure, but I'm guessing it's some kind of IT update. So it has now happened and the parcels are moving. So everyone who ordered prior to the new catalogue launch, so before the 5th of January, all of those have shipped and they are absolutely all on their way. This morning I saw movement of parcels, some parcels from the 5th. So things are beginning to move. I'm just going to keep an eye on it over the next few days, obviously, just to make sure that things don't, come to a grinding halt anywhere. But things are moving. So I am grateful for your patience with that. I do think that it's going to be some time before we get to normal shipping times. Normally when it ships from Germany, it's here in a couple of days, 3 days. But the sheer volume of parcels in the system, combined with the amount of people self-isolating and off sick, you know, the delivery drivers and the workers in UPS and customs and the ports and the lorry drivers and the everything else, I think everything is going to slow down. So keep an eye on your parcels, but just let me know if you've got any questions about it. Let's just see who is here. Fabulous. So Katie's arrived, Angelica's arrived, Debbie's arrived. How is your world over the pond? Anita's here, Soraya's here, Claire's here, Mariette's here, Gordie's here, and Linda's here. Wow. Okay. So that's kind of your parcels that are in the system. We have had an update that parcels getting to the warehouse, so from the ports, from the airports and so on, parcels coming in are taking a bit longer as well. And again, it's the same thing. It's to do with COVID and the amount of people, or the lack of people, actually working. So I think across the board things are just going to be a bit slower. So yeah, I don't know. I know lots of you have said this before, but I am absolutely a glass half full girl. So, you know, I know we're going to get our stuff, and I just know that we're going to have to wait. But as well as being a glass half full girl, I'm truly grateful that I've got a glass to put the water in, and that I've got clean water to go in the glass. So I tend to be very, very positive about everything. So I think, you know, it is going to be fine. We are going to get our stuff, but there might be a few delays. But in the meantime, I can show you lots of lovely, lovely stuff. And you can add that to your list as well. So I think we will probably get on with some crafting in a second. So here's a quick question for you. So favourite stamp set in the mini catalogue. What is your favourite stamp set? So it could be one that you've ordered, but when you went through the book, which was the one that you went, I need to have that? And then I'm going to show you which one was mine on my list. Obviously there were lots on my list, but there was one that I knew I was going to buy, and that's the stamp set I'm going to show you today. Whilst I drink my tea, you can answer the question. I'm hoping that you're going to answer the question. I've got so many people here today, which is amazing. You need to type. Or are you all at work watching me with and you can't type? That was what was happening this morning at my team training. Lots of people were supposed to be at work. But they decided to watch me instead. Yeah, it's very sneaky. So, favourite stamp set? Hi Antriana. Hi Angela. Thank you for joining me. I'm asking, what are people's favourite stamp set from the new catalogue? No answers. Okay. Well, I am going to have to show you what mine is. And actually, you might assume that it's the Dragonfly set. And I adore the Dragonfly set. There is no two questions about it. But this was the stamp set that was the first stamp set on my list. This one. And it's called Circle Celebration. And it is really, really cool. It's a really, really lovely stamp set. There's no sentiments in it. So obviously you need to add a sentiment stamp set with it. But there are so many different things that you can do with it. And you know, I often say that, you know, I pick things because I know that I can make quick cards with them, and I'm going to be able to use them for all sorts of different things. Well, this stamp set absolutely is going to be that type of stamp set. It's great for mail cards as well as you know, ladies cards, and also great for teenagers and kids as well. Oh, okay. So I've just had a message from my mum that's saying I'm not seeing all the messages. Okay, so let me just bear with me. So literally all I'm seeing at the moment is just when people are joining. So let's just see. Okay, right. For all of you that have been putting messages up, I haven't seen any of them. I'm so sorry. Mum, thanks. Okay. So, I don't know what's going on with that. So, in answer to my question about favourite stamp sets, so, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to read all these through. If you put any messages up when I was talking about the cactus brushes and the plastic stuff, can you pop those in again? I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. So, okay, so we've got Sand and Sea, Dragonflies, lollies, and I would love to see what you're going to do with the lollies. Because, yeah, I don't know. I haven't been able to think about that. Marty, oh, fab Marty. Marty's lives on Dragonfly Lane. What a lovely address. Hydrangea Hill, Brushed Blooms. Brushed Blooms? Anita? I've got to look that one up now. What am I missing? You tell me what, can you tell me what page that one's on? Brushed Blooms. Hi Claire. Oh, yeah. Sally's saying, wants to know what I do with the circles because she's more of a scrapbooker and needs to use circles on every page. Yeah, this is a great set for us scrapbookers. Hi Marion. Hi Jan. So Amanda has said that I'm lucky she's a member of my team again, which I'm very excited about. Welcome back, Amanda. Okay. Woodland Wonder, says Jen. Ah, yeah, I don't actually have Woodland Wonder yet, Jen. It is a very cute set, so this is one that Jen's talking about. And I do like cute sets, but I don't actually have that one yet. Brushed Blooms, page 29. Well, there you go, Anita. Thank you. See, look, that one. That's so cool. I love these dies. Look at the flowers and the brush strokes. It's really cool. Really cool. Okay, so seashells. Donna, have you spoken to your demonstrator again about your catalogue? That's sad. You can look at it online though. So if you go to your demonstrator's website, you'll be able to see a catalogue. Or if you follow the link to my online store and just change the country flag to the right one, then you should be able to see the catalogues there as well. Awesome. So seashells, yeah, the seashells are coming. Seashells are coming soon. Okay, so I'm going to turn the camera around and I'm going to make a couple of cards with the circles. So yeah, so let me just do that, and then I'll show you these stamps. Whoa. Okay. Just move the stuff out of the way a little bit. Ooh, that is really, hang on, we're all a bit wonky there. Let's see, that looks a bit better, bit straighter. Okay, right, so let's get the stamp set out. So this is the stamp set. It's called a two-step. And the reason it's called a two-step is because you can stamp some of the images on top of one another. So this image can be stamped on top of this one. This leaf image can be stamped on top of this one. And you can actually layer some of the others as well. And I think that one goes inside there as well. So what I have done is I have stamped them to show you, because, and I know it's kind of strange. I understand that this bit here, that is all of the images, but I do think sometimes they look slightly different when they're stamped. So I've stamped these in Misty Moonlight, and this, I just love this. So this is, to me, this is like a planet. It's really, really beautiful. And you've got lots of detail. And I thought that this was 3 separate stamps, this one here, but it's not, it's all one. If you were brave, you could cut them out. I haven't been that brave yet because I like it as it is. And you've got spots, and then you've got these little dots as well. Now, currently, Stampin' Up only have 3 circle punches. This does make me sad. Does make me sad. So we've got a 2 1/4 inch, a 2 inch, and a 1 1/2 inch. And I know that many of you will have multiple sizes of circle punches. So you will be able to find different punches will work with different things. I've been playing around with the framelit dies, and this is a tip just to show you with your dies. So you can get a scrap piece of paper, cardstock, and die cut your dies so that then over your stamped images you can go, okay, so that one will work with that circle or this one, and then this circle will work there or here. So you know, you just play around with how or which sizes are going to work. Obviously with this stitched edge you will add like a little stitched edging to that, so that works really well. So you can obviously stamp those that way, and then it is designed to go with the layering circles as well. So these are the sizes that fit. So you've got this one which works perfectly for that circle and that one, and then I think it's this circle here is for this one, and then you've got the slightly bigger one for that one and that one as well. So it's that one, I think, for that one there. And obviously you can also do that. So with this multi-layered stamp, you can die cut out individual elements, and in doing that you can actually make hoops as well. Now obviously with all of the stamps you can just ink them up like I have, but you can play around with this type of thing as well. So for instance, with this spotty one and these sort of leaves and this one, if you use your markers you can colour in those individually. Now, so you could have 3 different colours on there, or if you were, you know, feeling a little crazy, you could actually ink up each individual one of these flowers in different colours. If you're using your markers on stamps, I didn't bring any markers upstairs with me, but if you're using markers on your stamps, make sure that you're using your water-based markers, your Stampin' Write markers, not your alcohol markers, your Stampin' Write markers. And then when you've inked it up and use the fat end of your marker, give it a magic huff, which basically means you hold the stamp to your mouth and you breathe on it and you make this weird sound, and basically the moisture from your breath reactivates the ink and you can stamp it. Okay, so I just love this set. Yeah, I love circles. They make me happy. So now when I was playing with it, I do have something else to show you. So when I was playing with it, let me get a piece of card. So I was playing with different stamps, and I was playing with this one and this one. So they're the two little flower type stamps. So I was playing with this one and this one. So these are fab, and I was wondering how I could punch them out. And obviously our circle punches are quite big, and even this circle is actually quite big. So I thought, well, why does it have to be a circle? How about this little stamp, this little punch? So I thought, look, that works really cool. So it's giving you your little flower image, but it's even cooler with this one. So I'm hoping you can see, but you've got 5 points here, and they match up to that flower in the center. So there are 10 points on this flower, and so it matches up to every other one. So it's like it was designed for it, and maybe it was, I don't know. But I got so excited. Look, that's so cool, isn't it? So cool. So I like it when you can use something in multiple. Knives, it will when it comes back in stock, it will get shipped out. Let's have a look. Oh, thanks, Donna, saying she's learning lots. Katie Katie's saying you ink these ones up separately with markers. Yep, you do. Let's have a look. A good idea with circle punches for a template, says Jan. That's good. Do I know what colours the samples in the mini catalogue are made with? The circle ones, Claire? I can guess, but I will put the information up. It's Misty Moonlight and Rococo Rose. 99.9% sure. Misty Moonlight, Whisper White, or now Basic White, and Rococo Rose. But what I will do is when I put the information, the clickable links on, I will tag you, Claire, with the colours. I do have a list of them, but I don't have it here. Okay. A couple of suggestions that you laminate these. That's really good idea, isn't it? Really, really good, because then you don't have to keep doing that. Oh. Is my Wi-Fi okay? Oh no. Can you refresh? Oh no. Marty, yes, I'll tag you as well. So, just writing Claire, Marty, Rim, colours in catalogue. Okay. I'm just typing. Okay, I'm really sorry. I don't know what's going on. I don't want any more technological problems. This is not good. It's not good. Let me know if it goes a bit wibbly again. Okay. So I'm going to get going before it all goes horribly wrong. So, 2 cards, simple cards. The colours that I have are Highland Heather, Gorgeous Grape, and this is Vanilla. And I have all my circles. All my circles. Ooh, I do need to show you that one though. Have a look. Honestly, there are so many. Crazy number of stamps. Here we go. Okay. So I am going to start with my happy birthday. And I know you'll ask, but it's from Peaceful Moments. And I am going to pop that there, and I'm using Gorgeous Grape for that one. And then we've got Highland Heather and Blushing Bride. And I'm going to start with the bigger stamps. And just stamp a few, and what I'm doing each time is I'm overlapping. Hang on, I need another one of those. Each time I'm attaching a circle to a circle. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. It makes sense to me. I'm going to use the darker colour a bit as well. And again, attaching a circle to a circle. Let's go with this one. Right, I have a fear that when I stamped my Misty Moonlight, I didn't clean them all properly. Let's just say, look at that. And look there, that one can attach to 2. And the same there, look. Is my is my attach a circle to a circle making sense? I say these things and sometimes I think that, you know, maybe I'm just talking mad things. Right. Okay, so I'm going to go in with Highland Heather. Ooh. Okay, so actually that is, so I've got 3 of those. And 3 of those. Okay, so so now all I'm going to do with this card is I'm going to use these ovals, these they're, put my teeth in correctly. These are the opal rounds. I was using them last week. And I'm just going to put 3 of those on there as well. And then this is going to need trimming down because I stamped it on the wrong bits. Don't you love it when a plan comes together? That's okay. Right, I'm going to go that way. Let's stick that together. So obviously what I've done here is just stamped. There's no die cutting or anything. All I've done is just popped the stamps touching one another. But you can do that with punched out circles as well. That will work really, really well. There you go. Okay, so that is card number 1. Now we've got a couple of questions about the planet one, this one, and whether or not you can do a sunset with it. The answer is, I think you probably could, Judith. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to try. So I would say your best way of doing it would be to use a sponge dauber or your markers. But because I haven't got those with me, what I'm going to do is put some, so that's Blushing Bride, and then we'll put some Highland Heather on, and then we'll put some Gorgeous Grape on. Put a bit more Blushing Bride on. Just make sure you're going light to dark so you don't contaminate your ink pads. Give it a magic huff. And then let's just stamp that down. Right, now I have realised 2 things in my world. The first is this is a photopolymer set and I haven't been using my mat. So this is not going to stamp as beautifully as it should do. So bear with me a minute. It's a shame that I stamped right in the middle of that. That actually does look very cool though. That really does look like a planet. There we go. Let's use the emergency side. And for those of you that have not come across me and my emergency side, the emergency side is the back of the card because every card has an emergency side. Right, so plenty of ink. Blushing Bride. There we go. So again, magic huff and a really good press down, and I'm using it on a foam mat. So let's see. Yeah. So yes, Judith is the answer. It will work really well using multiple colours on it. It's got quite a lot of texture, so it is very cool. Okay, so there were a couple of other things I wanted to do. So show you with this. So again, this is the planet stamp. I don't know whether it's supposed to be a planet. And then these leaves are designed to go over the top. And it is designed just to go kind of to the edge. Just so you can see. And I love that. It's so effective. And with those circles, so I think, is it that one? So with those circles, so where I've got the punched out circles, you can also just stamp onto the circle. Okay, so that works really, really well as well. Yeah. Oh, and saying some gilding would be lovely on a card like that. Yeah, now I've got an additional hint and tip about gilding that I'm going to show you at the end. We did do gilding last week with the gilding flakes, but I've learned how to do something else, so I'm going to show you that at the end. I'm really pleased you like that, Jan and Marty and Judith. Marlene saying it looks like Blue John. Yeah, very cool. Okay, right, so let me just pop those away. So I need to clean these stamps as well, because I'm changing colours. I'm going to go into blues and greens next. Ooh, 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 ooh. Yeah, there was something else I needed to show you. So this one, I need to show you this one. So you've got this stamp here, and as I said earlier, this one matches it. Now, when you look at this, it's actually really tricky to work out which way round it's going to go. So let me show you, because obviously you can't see on a clear stamp, but let me show you this. So when you look at this one, you have got 3 dots that are in the centre, but then you've got this full petal here. And that full petal is that single fat full petal on this stamp. So does that make sense to you? So we've got the 3 dots, and then you've got a complete fat petal there, and then this image has got a fat petal. So what you have to do is you have to look at this and go, okay, where is that fat petal? And basically the fat petal is between 2 single petals. So I'm looking at this and going, okay, it's that one there. That is my fat petal, and those are my 2 single ones. So that is pointing at like 4 o'clock. So when I've got this stamp, I need to turn it around so that the full petal is 1, 2, 3. It's that one. So that full petal is also at 4 o'clock. And when I line that up, it actually lines up properly. And I know that I'm talking about this. I've got it all on the camera and it probably makes no sense. But when you've got this stamp, rewind me and it will make sense. I'm going to stand up. And line this up. So there we go. That didn't line up at all. Oh dear me. Right, let's try that again, shall we? Yeah, I'm sure that's right. Hang on. Yeah, that is right. Okay. Let's try that again. Right, so I'm doing the fat petal is at 3 o'clock. That's that one at 3 o'clock, so let's just check. Yeah. I'm hoping. Made sense to me. Yeah, that's so much better. Play around with it. Let me know what you think. It looks okay. It looks okay. But it is matching up where it's supposed to. We'll move on from that, shall we? Okay, let me put my pinks and my purples away. And let's bring in the green. So I have got Pacific Point and Granny Apple Green and some Night of Navy as well. I've just got two. Put the iPad on charge. Right, okay. Marion says it looks fiddly. It does look a little bit fiddly, Marion. So I'm going to play with it a bit, some more. Okay, so what we've got now is I've got some of these circles. And I am going to do some stamping down the edge and then play around with the circles as well. I'm going to use the thank you. Because this time of year, so many thank yous. So I'm going to pop that just there. And so then I'm using the Granny Apple Green and the Pacific Point to stamp along this right hand edge. And I'm just going to be doing like one of each of the different stamps. Pop that one. Right, And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of these additional circles, and what I actually want to do is layer them over the top. So what we're doing is we're building up an edge, but without it being, I don't know, how can I describe it? Without it being a wonky edge, because I want this to go onto the card flat. Okay, so I want it to sit like that. So what I'm not trying to do is I'm not trying to make a fancy edge, but what I am trying to do is to lift up those circles. So I'm going to be cleaning the stamps as I go, and let's see. So I'm going to try and swap out the colours. So I've got the Pacific Point here with the dots, so I'm going to use Granny Apple Green on that one. Okay, so I'm just swapping it out. Ooh. I'm going to end up putting that over the top there. Okay, so I'm just going to make some additional circles. Let's see. So I use the spots for that one, so I'm going to use again Granny Apple Green on this one. And obviously in an ideal world you would stamp it and then die cut it, but the reality is I can't do that because I don't have the time. So let's just chop that. Where are my scissors? So I'm going to cut that, and this one, and this one. And I think that one's going to end up being too big. So we need dimensionals. So when I'm sticking it down, what I'm actually going to do is just leave a little bit kind of hanging over the edge so I can trim it a bit better. I don't want to hide everything too much, so I will trim things down. I need some smaller circles actually. Let's hang that one over there. So let's pop some smaller ones here. Ooh, wrong colour. Looking for another circle. Let's see. Let's go with this one. I need a bigger circle. Right. Whoa. Use my trusty scissors. And then just chop this in half. Ah, good plan, Mum. Mum's saying that it would work well with the Stamparatus. It absolutely would, to get the images on the die cut pieces or the punched out pieces. In an ideal world, what you would do is you would stamp first and then punch or die cut. But when I was designing this card, I thought, oh, it'll be fine. I can just take my die cut pieces upstairs. But you live and learn. You live and learn. Right. Let me move all of this out of the way. Stick it all together. I am going to add in, do you know, I'm going to stop. I say this all the time. When you pick up a stamp and you go, I really want to use this stamp, where am I going to put it? I'm going to put it here, 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 here. The reality is that is going to be one stamp too many. So stop. Step away from the stamp and don't stamp it. Just stick your finger in the granny apple green card. Right, let me just move all this out of the way. Honestly, right now, although this actually looks quite cool as it is, once it's matted and layered, it will look fab. This is what always makes a difference. Look at that. Katie's saying, if in doubt, leave it out. Yeah, that's a really good saying. There we go. Let's just squash that down and just pop that there. Let me move all of the rubbish, my chaos. Hopefully that now makes more sense. Let me bring it up a bit closer. So you've got the flat edge and you've got these part stamped circles, and so it gives it a little bit of dimension. If this was a birthday card, this would work really well. And obviously you've got this one. Let me just flatten that out a bit. This one, which is your pinks and purples. So obviously with this one, we've kind of attached everything together, and this one we've just worked on that right hand edge. So these are my start of my Circle Circus cards. Circle Circus, Circle Celebration. Circle Circus actually was a circle stamp set that we had probably 10 years ago. But something really important. Okay, can you hear me now? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Can you hear me now? Okay. I've lost video and sound. Okay, thank you. Right. Hello, 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 hello. Okay. Right. I'm back. I've just tried to reset. Can you hear me now? Hello, 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 hello. Kerry says she can hear me. Can anyone else hear me? Yeah, Claire can hear me. Fantastic. Okay, right, I'm going to carry on then. Quick. I don't know what is going on. So, the thing that I forgot was using these, and these are adhesive sheets. And if you haven't come across these before in the catalogue, they are on page 162, so they're in the big book, and they are £9.25, and you get 12 sheets, and they're enormous. So you get 12 sheets that are 12 inches by 6. And basically, they are just a sheet of glue. And what you can do with them is they are perfect for your die cuts or your, basically die cuts or punches. So if you stick the adhesive sheet to some cardstock like I have done here, and then you can die cut, and these are the pierced blooms dies that I showed you last week. So basically you then take off the backing sheet, and this whole flower is now sticky. And so if I just pop that in there and just press all of the gilding flakes all over, like that. So all I'm doing now is just getting off the excess gilding flakes. There we go. And then I just get my blending brush. Really cool. So it works really well on dates, but on the side as well. Debbie, that's really cool. That's she's suggested the well-written dies as well. But anything fiddly to die cut will work. So that's basically how it looks. So you peel off the backing, stick it to your card, and then die cut. And it works really well. Okay, so I am going to love you and leave you. I'm so sorry about the technical issues that we've been having today. I'm not entirely sure what is going on. So I will see you all next week. So thank you so much for joining me. Take care. Bye bye.